FM.
The people you know.
The voices you trust.
At 11:30 in the evening on a Sunday night, I'm Bob Brill. An Orange County bus strike that was set to begin at midnight has been postponed at the last minute. Union representing about 150 mechanics at the Orange County Transportation Authority says it's complying with a request from Governor Newsom to return to the bargaining table. Negotiations between OCTA management and the union broke down earlier in the day. At issue are pension increases and health care costs. Current contract expired at the end of last month. Are camping out in front of L.A. City Council member Kevin De Leon's Eagle Rock home. They don't plan on leaving until he resigns.
A handful of tents lined up about 300 feet down the street from City Council member Kevin De Leon's house. It's in compliance with city ordinance. The organizers, Black Lives Matter LA, they're here in response to Kevin De Leon's comments. There were only 25 black people protesting at Tuesday's City Council meeting. He says they brought 25 black people to camp at his home to send a message.
As far as we know, he's not here, but we are still going to be here because we don't want him to have a comfortable place to be. We want him to have to be uncomfortable, just like we're uncomfortable with him being in his position.
Several supporters of De Leon also showed up.
We pause and really ponder what's going on here and whether or not it's in the best interest of all. Pushing this line that, hey, let's go to his house and do this kind of stuff and push him out.
Some neighbors told KNX they understand why the protesters are here and they don't mind. In Eagle Rock, Emily Valdez, KNX News 97.1 FM.
And KNX has reached out to the councilman, but has not heard back. Meanwhile, the LA Urban Roundtable news conference earlier today calling for the next president to be one of the council's African-American members. Group's leader is Earl Ofari Hutchinson. He says it'd be the right move to help the city come together.
We send the right message that we really believe, we being the city council, really believe in the issue of black political empowerment. I think the other message that it would send is putting an African American in this position will essentially say, look, we can come together as a city council. We can get over the racial divide.
Ofari Hutchinson says that he believes Kevin De Leon won't resign because he has aspirations for higher office. Kevin De Leon tried unsuccessfully at 3 different times for higher office, governor, U.S. senator, and mayor, but was president pro tem of the state senate. Saying they're sure they stopped another killing. Police in Stockton have arrested a man they believe to be a serial killer.
I'd like all of us to take a moment of silence for these victims.
For reverberation. District Attorney for San Joaquin County, 43-year-old Wesley Brownlee has been arrested. He will be charged with killing 6 people.
The defendant will have charges, will be arraigned in court on Tuesday afternoon at 1:30.
Brownlee was arrested after a tip came in from the public. Renee Myers started a Facebook page in Stockton to help spread news about the serial killer.
So every single time something of concern came up, I immediately sent that information over to our partners at the police department and had a very active and positive and collaborative working relationship with them. I'm very proud of the work that they've done.
As far as how they will attempt to move forward.
I want to remember the victims and their families, and we will continue to support them through our page. 5
of the 6 homicides took place in Stockton from early July through late September. Jennifer Hodges, KNX News 97.1 FM.
And we're hearing now from the family and friends of a man who was killed this weekend when a car slammed into a taco stand in Pomona. 12 of the people were seriously hurt in that crash. CBS 2's Lauren Posen says the dead man's widow took part in an emotional gathering last night at a growing makeshift memorial at the scene of the tragedy.
Flowers and candles lined the sidewalk where Edith Morales' husband went to get tacos for his family Friday night. But 52-year-old Roberto Payan never made Morales says he was supposed to come home to take their youngest to the park. Now, she doesn't know how to tell him his father won't be coming home at all.
26-year-old woman accused of smashing into the taco stand and the surrounding crowd near Holt and Dudley is now in jail. Faces charges that include felony manslaughter. Not clear yet whether she had alcohol or drugs in her system. More people are leaving California and heading to other states. According to the state's Department of Finance, the population is down about 117,000 over the past 2 years, about half of them moving from the Bay Area. San Francisco Chronicle columnist Phil Matier says there are several reasons for the shift.
In California, we have high taxes. We have high utility bills. We have got high.
If you have that with job uncertainty, you exit.
And the exodus is expected to continue as a new poll finds more people do want to leave the state. And another new poll was out from CBS on the midterms. Not very encouraging for Democrats at this point. We'll have more on that coming up for you in about 3 minutes. It's 11:35. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the fives. Here's Jeff. Here's Lou Stowers.
I know that I look a lot like Jeff. He's a very handsome guy with a lot of hair. So.
I know you don't look like that, so that's okay.
Oh, darn it. Okay. This is kind of the radio theater thing. Come on. Well, Sigler's still working in City Terrace. I want to thank the CHP officer very much that he just got a lot of information out of her. So nice to interrogate the CHP for once. At 10 Sigler 10 East at Soda Street, all lanes are blocked at the South 110 to the East 10. A multi-vehicle crash. One vehicle is dangling on the bridge. Here's your diversion. They're going to get to South 101 to the South 5 to the East 60 to the North 710, and that'll get you back up to the 10. Might be a little, but at least it's all freeway, especially for you truckers. East LA and the 10 West at the South 5, a single car crash over on the right shoulder. That has been cleared. And also on the 10 West at the South 710 connector, all lanes have been reopened after a police incident, but there's still a little bit of slowing on the transition road from the 710. Next report is coming up at 11:45 in the Irvine Auto Center 24-hour traffic center.
And we'll check some temperatures for you right now in Fontana, 61 degrees. In Rancho Cucamonga, it's also 61. Pacoima now 57, and in Anaheim 61 degrees at 11:37.
Every year we say we'll wake up earlier, exercise more, really rest, and eat healthier. It's hard for us, but for dogs, not so much. Dogs are up at dawn, run for fun, sleep like champs, and they love eating fresh, healthy food every single meal. Give your dog another healthy habit. Real fresh food from the Farmer's Dog. Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/radio.
It's coming Friday night, February 17th to the SAP Center. The Civic Concert Group presents one of the biggest Valentine's Super Love Jam concerts ever. The legendary Isley Brothers. Super Love Jam with the legendary Isley Brothers. Friday night, February 17th at the SAP Center at PacificConcertGroup.com.
It's 11:39 as we near the midterm elections. The latest CBS tracker poll finds two main issues are influencing voters.
The CBS News Manager of Survey says the poll shows Republicans are taking the lead in the race for control House over a key issue.
Views of the economy have worsened over the past month, and that is helping the Republicans.
Fred Backus says for the Democrats
continue to do well with voters who say abortion is their most important issue for the midterms. 2/3 of these voters say they will be voting Democratic.
What could turn the tide?
Younger voters.
But he says only if they turn out in the same proportion and vote as they did in 2018. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
U.S. Coast Guard transferred nearly 100 migrants rescued from an overcrowded boat off the Florida coast to the Bahamas. A Coast Guard helicopter had spotted the 40-foot cabin cruiser last week. Coast Guard Petty Officer Nicole Grohl told CBS News how the Coast Guard discovered that migrant boat.
They saw men, women, and children waving their arms through the windows, so they called our surface assets to go investigate.
Grohl said the migrants, who were mostly Haitian, received food, water, and basic medical attention, and that there were no injuries reported in that incident. Nation's first trial over a state's ban on gender-confirming care for children begins in Arkansas this week. U.S. District Judge Jane Moody will hear testimony and evidence starting Monday over the law he blocked prohibiting such care for anyone under 18. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks and is the latest fight over transgender youth restrictions. Arkansas attorneys argue the ban is part of the state's authority to regulate medical practices. Families of transgender youth and multiple medical organizations have criticized the ban. Arkansas state to enact such a ban last year.